Hi guys, we're back. I am teacher Simone.
Hi everyone, I am teacher Darly.
Okay, so welcome back. And today we have a very special class. All the classes are special, but today we talk about conference welcoming dinner, okay? So, but to start, let's remember part of your story right now, okay? So, Darly, what is the story so far?
Okay, we arrived in the United States and we have been through the passport control.
Okay,
We went to the baggage claim
good. What else?
and then we checked into a hotel. At the hotel, we had some rest
Okay,
and
very
then
important.
we walked around the city to know the surroundings, right?
Okay, so you are in the conference and you have so far lots of adventures, okay? So you rested, walked in the city. So what's coming now, okay? So, and now we have the first appointment, correct, Darly? What is the
Yes.
first appointment?
The first appointment is the conference welcoming dinner.
Okay, wow. I was talking to Darly, welcoming dinner. It's one of my favorite parts of the conference because it's a great opportunity to socialize, correct, Darly?
Right, it's very important because that's the opportunity you have to know the other people, the other participants of this conference.
Yes, and not only other people. You notice, you have experience with different cultural aspects. And the cultural aspects, they are really important for you because different cultural, different people. So we have the multiculturalism. So it's really an amazing experience, okay? So Darly, what are our learning objectives for today?
Our learning objectives are identificar tópicos apropriados para dar início a um bate-papo que nós chamamos em inglês de small talk, conhecer perguntas e respostas mais utilizadas em small talks e aprender a utilizar adequadamente as question tags que estão no nosso material base.
Okay, very good. So now let's go over here. Okay, let's start with socializing. So, my precious moment. So the socializing is the time you have in a conference to talk to different people, to start or to renew your network. Correct, Darly?
Yes, that's it, Simone.
Okay, so when we socialize, we talk. What is this talking, Darly?
Okay, let's remember what is a small talk. A small talk is an informal conversation that covers light topics, que são tópicos genéricos. And what are these topics? It's when we talk about theater plays, books, food, entertainment, sports, travel, the weather, your surroundings, general news, and children.
Okay, so attention now. We are talking about light topics. So light topics are topics that are comfortable to talk about. There are some topics that they are not comfortable to talk about, okay? So some topics we have to avoid. Nós temos que evitar e muito, okay? So Darly, what topics do we have to avoid?
Okay, we must remember, Simone, that we don't know these people. This is our first contact. And you don't know where they are from, what they think. So you should never talk about politics or religion. These themes are very, very important. So each one has its own opinion about this. So it's very difficult to talk about this with people you don't know.
Okay, so controversial topics, okay? Always remember, of course, for example, it's very common for people to ask about politicians in Brazil or politics. Talk a little bit superficial and then move on and continue, okay? So, because controversial aspects, they tend to inflame the conversation, and this is not what we want, okay? So, talking about this controversial and different things, we have a very different example to show you. Why we say about the controversial topics. Remember, cultural aspects in Brazil are different from cultural aspects in the United States, in Germany, and in other countries. For example, here in Brazil, when we are having dinner, okay, it's very common that you try to eat the food, right, Dali?
Yes, you
Yes?
eat all the food.
All the food. At home, do you remember your mother? Hey, you have to eat all the food. It's part of our country to eat all the food when you are in a dinner. How about in other places outside Brazil? Is it a reality? What does it mean? Now we want to show you a video, okay? You have the experience in the video of different cultures they are having dinner together. So let's do it, let's watch it, okay? Let's go, Dali?
Let's go.
Good.
好容易就簡單啊，就咁拍頭。
大家飲杯，飲杯，飲杯。得啦！大家食啊！好嘢啊！湯飲埋先。
The English believe it's a slur on your host's food if you don't clear your plate. Whereas the Chinese feel you're questioning their generosity if you do.
買少啲啊！
好，馬上嚟。
At HSBC, we never underestimate the importance of local knowledge. Which is why we have local banks staffed by local people in over 80 countries across the globe.
伙計，
So, how did you like the video? Very interesting, isn't it? So, if you finish all the food in a different country, you might have problem. In Brazil, no. That's why we say pay special attention to the cultural aspects, okay? So now let's continue over here. So, Dali, now let's talk more about the language, okay? Now it's time to show you some examples, right, Dali?
Okay, Simone, let's go. Okay, so now we are going to start with the introductions. Pay attention to this example. Hello, I'm Marta Barreto. I work in the Internationalization Office of St. Paula Souza in Brazil. This is an example of introduction, but remember that you are in a formal context, right?
Okay, yes.
So when you introduce yourself to the person, it's important that you say your name, where you are from, right? And the place you work. And when you introduce yourself to people, you just shake hands, Simone, like this.
Okay.
Okay, hi, Simone.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, indeed. Okay.
Why is this important, Simone? Can you tell them?
Yes. One question. Dali, how about kissing? I like kissing.
No, it's not possible in this context, Simone.
Okay, yes, the cultural aspect. So all the time, first introduction, be formal, shake hands, okay, and no kissing. Again, in some cultures, kissing is not something, it's very informal, more than informal. You must have a kind of a relationship, okay? In Brazil, it's very informal, that's okay. But remember, shake hands and no kissing, okay, Dali?
Okay, Simone,
all right,
that's
so
it.
here we have the first thing. So hello, I'm Marta, I work, and then you mentioned the place. Now let's continue with the language. So, common interesting questions. We have very interesting questions that you can ask in small talk. So it's very important for you to practice. Remember, when you go to a conference, imagine the situation. This is what I do all the time. I am an English teacher, but I imagine and I prepare myself. Imagine possible questions that you can ask to have the conversation and possible answers that people might ask you. So here we have some examples. So let's see it. Here we have, are you from São Paulo? Is this your first time in this conference? What do you do at the Internationalization Office? Okay, remember, you work in the Internationalization Office. What did you think about the keynote presentation? Keynote, remember, keynote is the important speaker, okay? In the material we have more explanation. What has been your favorite session so far, okay? So those are possible questions. Now let's see some answers. Let's go, come here with me. Now, Dali, so let's try to do it together, okay?
Yes.
So, okay, you ask the question and I answer.
Okay, Simone, are you from São Paulo?
Oh, yes, I am.
Right, that's it.
Okay, and I have other possibility. Let's suppose that I am not from São Paulo, that I am from Porto Alegre. I can say, ask the question again, Darli.
Are you from São Paulo, Simone?
No, Darli, I'm not. I'm from Porto Alegre.
Right,
Okay,
that's it.
here we have another example. So remember, we have lots of questions. Here we show you the example of 2 or 3 questions. In the material, you have more examples and you have practice, okay? Another question here. So, Darli, what did you think about the keynote presentation? What are the possible answers?
Okay, Simone, I can say, if I liked it, I can say it very inspiring. Okay, or I can say it was amazing, or even it was fantastic. It's incredible how Professor Glazer talks about STEM schools, or interesting, but it's not my area of study. And it's impossible to note that if you don't like or if you didn't like the keynote presentation, you can't be very direct and say, no, I didn't like it. People don't say like this, right? In a formal context, they usually say, oh, it was quite difficult or even interesting, but it's not of my area. And they don't say, no, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's very important again, not to be rude, to be polite, okay? So talking about being polite, so reacting, okay, positively to people's comments. So it's very good to react positively, of course. And if I don't like, we show you if you don't like. But generally, it's good to react positively, okay? My experience, I always act positively and then I change, I talk to different people. Remember, not time to have discussions or for controversial topics, okay? So some examples here. So come here. So one possibility that we have. Oh, really? Another one. You were joking. Brincadeira. Oh, you were kidding. Oh, legal. That's amazing. Muito legal, muito bom, okay? That's fantastic. Or that's incredible. So here we have more informal ways, and then you go to more kind of a formality, okay? Let's go to the simple for something more, a little bit more complex, okay? So let's do it. And here, and now, Darli, reacting negatively to the comments. What should we do?
Okay, we can use different expressions like, oh, how terrible, or that's terrible, that's awful, oh no, really?
Okay, and again we have here, we go from the simple to the little bit more complex, okay? So like here, that's terrible, almost equal to what we say in Brazil. Try to memorize some of the expressions or some of the words that are more familiar, okay? And then you can use them. It's not necessary to use in the positively or in the negatively way all the expressions. Just memorize some of them and it's going to be fine, okay? So talking about to be fine, who are they? Yes, as you know, Darli and I, we work together and we are also good friends, right,
Yes.
Darli? So when we are among friends, what are the questions?
Okay, when we are among friends, we are more comfortable to ask more private questions, right? So when you are with a friend or when you are with someone you know, you can say, how are you, okay? How was your trip? Remember that this question cannot be asked when we are in a formal context, right, Simone?
Okay, good.
When did you arrive in Philadelphia? Did you have a good trip, or are you free for lunch?
Okay, so here we are like friends. So Darli, ask me the questions and I give you the answers, okay?
Okay,
Good.
Simone, how are you, Simone?
Oh, Darli, I'm fine. I'm really good today.
Okay, and how was your trip to Philadelphia?
Wow, my trip was not that good. The airplane, it was exhausting, lots of hours, okay? But to finish it, I think it was good.
Okay, good. When did you arrive in Philadelphia?
I arrived in Philadelphia yesterday. That's why today I'm really tired.
Okay, so you didn't have a good trip, right?
No, my trip was not so good.
And are you free for lunch?
Lunch, Dali? Yes,
sure.
lunch is always a good opportunity. Yes, I'm free. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's go.
Okay, so now we are friends. So we have this kind of interaction, okay? And over here, we have another example of a small talk, right, Dali?
Yes, we're going to watch a video about a conference reception dinner, right? Now, in this video, you are going to see Olivia talking to her friends. Can you identify the topics mentioned by Olivia and her friends?
Hello, I am Dr. Olivia Bernard.
I'm Wallison Morris. Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Where are you from?
I am originally from New York, but I now live in Denver.
I've always wanted to visit New York. How is living in Denver?
Great. It's a beautiful setting, and we have a lot of outdoor activities, like skiing and mountain biking. What is it like in Sao Paulo? I visited Brazil once, but I stayed in the Northeast. I remember the people being very friendly. I would like to visit the south of Brazil someday.
Sao Paulo is wonderful. It is such a big city that you can find all sorts of activities, food, and cultural events. Sometimes the traffic can be bad, though.
I understand. We have traffic congestion in Denver, too, sometimes. So, are you presenting at this conference?
No, I am here as an attendee. I am particularly interested in the research that Dr. Carolyn Hayes has been working on. Are you attending or presenting?
Both. In fact, I am a teacher and a researcher. I have been studying ways to help get STEM students involved in making a difference in their communities through their academic programs.
That sounds really interesting. I'd like to learn more about that.
Well, maybe I will see you at my session tomorrow.
Okay, good. So this is one of the questions that you are going to answer in our material. Not now, but pay attention. Here we talked about socializing, small talks, cultural aspects, introductions, reacting positively, reacting negatively. So what are the aspects that you can see in this video, okay? So Dali, and now it's time to say goodbye, yes?
Yes, Simone.
Okay.
So, to wrap up or to finish our class, in this class we learned how to identificar tópicos apropriados para iniciar um bate-papo ou uma small talk, conhecer perguntas e respostas mais utilizadas em small talks e aprendemos também no nosso material base a utilizar adequadamente as question tags, muito comuns nesses contextos.
Very good.
Okay.
So it's time to say goodbye, and we always finish saying that it's really a pleasure to be here with you, okay? And we see you soon. Thank you very much, okay? Yeah?
Okay, see you next class.
Bye-bye.